democracy is the rule of the people. And that was why Abraham Lincoln had no difficulty in describing democracy as government of the people, for the people, and by the people. But what is important is to know the cardinal principles of a democratic government. The cardinal principle of democracy is about constitutionalism. Democracy is anchored on constitution that are really the grand norm that guide the operations of government. Democracy is anchored on the rule of law. In fact, the law has to be there, whether constitutional or extra-constitutional, that is supposed to guide our engagement. Democracy is about separation of governmental powers between different organs of government, the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. Since 1999 to date, we have had a succession of civilian administrations. We have had civilian to civilian transition. We have had consolidation of democracy. I think it is safe to say without fear of any contradiction that democracy in Nigeria has been entrenched. And that what we really need to do is to sustain and ensure that the democratic governance that we're able to put in place is actually consolidated and it is made to work the way it is supposed to work.
Capacity building to Professor Suleiman Bala Mohammed. We want to thank you for your service for humanity and for all the contributions you've done to the university and Nigeria at large. Thank you. For the champions,
stand up, stand up, stand up. For the champions, stand up, for the champions.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say two things. That ordinarily, I don't collect awards. And I think Gunji, who is part of this program, knows it. But I'm collecting this award because I've seen in this organization commitment and seriousness. And that is why I'm collecting the award. Number two, I want to say that it's a very good coincidence that the award was presented to me by two females. Because I stand for he, for she. I'm he for she. I am part of the struggle for African women for gender equity and liberation.
I work for, Alhaji Abdul Samad Rabiu, who is better known as the chairman of WA Group. He's a giver. I run his personnel philanthropy, which is the Abdul Samad Rabiu Initiative for Africa. He has given of his personal funds $100 million annually, $50 million of which we spend in Nigeria, and $50 million we spend across the African continent in health, education, and social development. Professionally, that's my job. On the other hand, I have youth empowerment programs that I do through my sports initiatives and other initiatives which I use to kind of reach out to kids and provide education opportunities, scholarships, and all this stuff. So like I said, I'm fortunate that both in my professional and private life, I have the opportunity to add value. I think that's...
So politicians like to think in electoral terms. I don't think the youth of Nigeria should think in electoral terms. You shouldn't think in 4 years or in 8 years. You should think in the long term. The youth are the leaders of today, they're the leaders of tomorrow, and they're meant to help create the leaders of the future. So we have to understand this. There's a big responsibility with your youth, your energy, your innovation, your spirit. It comes with a responsibility. And it's easy to shirk that responsibility and say, well, the enabling environment is not there, government doesn't care about me. But you are lucky. You have platforms that never existed before. You have social media. You have all sorts of new media where you can create a platform to make change. We've seen a lot of you doing amazing things, using your innovation, creating platforms, affecting change. So it's easier for you to use this power. Some of us can't go beyond Facebook. We don't even know what to do on Twitter. But you guys were born into this, and it's a platform for you to be able to affect change, to drive innovative ideas. So you are the leaders of now, and you're the leaders of the future, and you're going to create the leaders of the future. So I think it's something that everyone needs to come to an understanding of. And for we, the old guys, our job is to support you with this. And maybe that's where I think we also need guidance from the youth. What can we do to make it better for you and easier for you to actualize your potential? And that's why I say when you want to ask questions and challenge and push for development and push for growth, you have to do it the right way. Create the kind of channels that will give you feedback, not the kind of channels that will close doors. This is very important. Create the channels that will give you feedback. Channels where people who are in positions of leadership will say, I want to listen a little more to this group of young people so that we can create a solution together.
For what you have done for students, for the entire sector. And ladies and gentlemen, I am privileged to hand over this prestigious award. The inscription on it is Hallmark of Public Service Award, Icon of Youth Empowerment and Sport Development in Nigeria, presented by this body to Mr. Ubon Udo. Thank you very much.
Very grateful and I'm honored. I can assure you that this is going to drive a lot more effort from me to see how I can continue to create impact and value. Thank you. I made a pledge to the university 2 weeks ago when we honored the basketball players that did an amazing job at Nuga. And I just want to borrow this platform, please, organizer, to present the jerseys that I made for the female team, who did us so proud, to the Vice Chancellor of the university right now. 15 pairs of boots and four footballs. So we got that for them here. This is just a ceremonial presentation, but we have everything else.
Photographers, please. I wanted to tell the VC to smile, but he's already smiling. Sir.
Great Nasarawa State students! Great Nasarawa State students! 3 gosas to our mentor. Gosa, Gosa, Gosa. Finally, just to appeal to other leaders, including the youth, to please emulate what he is doing. He's standing for humanity, and that is why he's standing so tall. Thank you very much.
It's coming to one end, cause if it's so, if it's state, if it's so, if it's